the rain just picked up. It's not looking like a good day to hike. Seunghyun just drove on the wrong side of the river. Fresh salmon right on the riverside.
Guys, it's really beautiful, but it's also very cold.
All right, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We just woke up.
It was really cold last night, a lot colder than we thought it would be. It's actually fall time here in New Zealand, but we made it through. We're still alive. Today we're gonna go and see more of Mount Aoraki, Mount Cook.
So the weather today is a little bit sketchy. The blue sky and mountains that we could see yesterday are now completely covered in fog, but we're gonna make the most of it. The hardest part is getting out of the van, I think. So it's colder today than it was yesterday. So we're gonna throw on some more layers and then make some coffee, some breakfast, and head on our way. The whole campsite is still here, even though it's kind of late. I think everyone's a little cold this morning. Take this and pull out these little sticks.
Oh.
This is pretty handy.
Yeah.
These camper vans are creative. So yesterday we made 3 pieces of trash. Today we're gonna do a bit more cooking to try and stay under our goal. Did it go? Seunghyun said he wants this creamy chicken noodle soup. These are our mugs from the Hobbiton that we're gonna use this week. Breakfast time.
So what we have is chicken noodle soup with lots of noodles.
At least we have one healthy thing for breakfast today.
How's your coffee?
Oh, it's good. This instant coffee is actually pretty delicious. We're trying to do our low waist challenge, and I don't think a coffee cup's gonna fit very well in our bag, so. And now we'll watch the ducks and head on our way. Another thing that creates a lot of plastic is drinking bottles like this. Luckily, in New Zealand, most of the tap water is safe to drink. There's lots of places to fill up drinking water, so we won't be creating trash with that because we'll just reuse our bottles. Say goodbye to the campsite.
Bye, campsite.
Starting out a bit late today. It's about noon. We stayed at our campsite longer than expected because it was so beautiful. First, we have a 45-minute drive. So we're gonna go on this hike today that's supposed to have these amazing views of Mount Cook, but it is so cloudy that I don't think we'll see much of anything.
Guys, I don't know if you can see the steep mountain behind me, but there's a big contrast going on with these plain fields, just flat, right next to one of the tallest mountains in New Zealand, Mount Cook, Mount Aoraki. It's covered in clouds right now because it's rainy today, but you can still see a giant silhouette of the mountain.
So this is the beginning of Hooker Valley. We're kind of at the base of Mount Cook, right?
Yes.
So we just arrived and the rain just picked up. It's not looking like a good day to hike. All right, let's go check.
All right.
Let's go check it out.
I mean, I think people are still going. There are a lot of cars parked here today.
So this is a map. So we're right here at White Horse Hill Campground. We were gonna take the Hooker Valley track up here to Hooker Lake and then back. It takes about, I think, 2 hours.
You just want to walk a little bit?
I mean, even though it's rainy and miserable, it's still a really beautiful place. I feel like even if it's terrible, it's still pretty good. There's actually a campground here, a paid campground. So you can camp right here at the trailhead.
It looks so cool with rocks embedded on the ground. It looks like Lord of the Rings.
It's the one time you can actually say that and be accurate. A little flooded too. You look so miserable. They have an avalanche guide. Mountaineers come here to actually hike Mount Cook. And so I guess they have warning signs for them too. I don't think we're going to the snowy areas.
Oh. I know we keep saying this, but the view is really pretty.
right, so we're coming to the Mueller Lake Lookout right now. Right behind Seunghyun, right there is a base of a giant mountain. You can't see the top because it's covered in clouds, but wow.
And there are ice glaciers.
The first one we've seen up close in New Zealand. Instead of the ice used to extend all the way here, but it's receded. But you can just see this blue glacial water coming out. I'm sure that that river water is icy, icy cold.
The walk through the Hooker Valley Road is not intense at all. It's almost flat roads from the start to finish.
Make sure you wear waterproof shoes. You know, these mountains make the mountains at my house look like nothing. I live in the Appalachian Mountains. They look like little hills compared to these mountains.
What this Hooker Valley track is known for is the view at the end, overlooking the Aoraki mountain, glaciers, and the lake. Wow, the view from the bridge is so cool.
So this is one of 3 bridges on this trail. We came to the first one. The water is so beautiful. It's raining right now. It's rushing really hard. Wow.
It is just breathtaking. It's so beautiful, but it's a little cold too.
Oh, it's worth it. It's worth it to come out this far. All right, guys, so we made it through about half the hike, but the weather is just getting worse and worse. I think we're gonna turn back now. We're gonna make it to our next campsite in the dark already.
It's a nice hike. Although we didn't make it through all the way, it was fun to watch all the clouds on top of the mountains. We didn't expect to see this many people on our way up and back and forth, but there are quite a few people.
And it was a really easy hike. It's not steep at all. It's wide and well maintained. Found out my jacket is not waterproof, but we're gonna head back to our camper van to Squidward.
Soaked, baby.
My hair is stuck.
It's raining a little bit today, in case you haven't noticed, but it was still good. I'm so glad we came here today.
Yeah, it was totally worth getting soaked. I mean, I probably look like a crazy person right now. So we're gonna dry off and head out. We have like a, what, 3-hour drive, 2.5-hour drive. So Seunghyun just drove on the wrong side of the road. He totally forgot where we were. Luckily no one was coming, don't worry, we were fine. And they have a lot of more style than we do. Check that out.
Zebra motorhome.
See, look, high country salmon. Oh. We're making a U-turn because we saw this sign. There was this huge cafe and fresh salmon right on the riverside. So we're gonna go have some salmon for dinner.
We grow salmon, I think, on the river right next to the restaurant. Yeah, they did it.
Yay.
Nice catch.
Thank you.
You want to go in the shop?
Let's take a look.
They have a bunch of raw salmon pieces. Wings, the fins.
So we're in a fish shop right now, so you can buy fresh salmon and take it with you. This would be great if you want to grill salmon or something. They also have a bunch of different flavored smoked salmon here. But we already have all our food for the week, so we're gonna go over to the cafe next door and see what they have. But this would be awesome if we were staying a little longer and hadn't gone grocery shopping yet. I think I'm ready, I'm cold.
Let's go.
So we're in the cafe right now. They have coffee and then they have sushi and sashimi on the side and a few sandwiches and other things.
But look at this, rice bowl, grilled salmon. Should we get one and try?
This Salmon Farm also has a ton of other stuff. I think you can pay to like catch your own salmon. We're outside of these pools where you can actually see salmon and feed them and other things. So it's not just a place to eat, there's activities too.
All right, we got a salmon rice bowl. It looks like a chumokbap, which is like rice with stuff in it.
I think we're gonna eat in the car because the cafe is closing right now.
I think Sarah might be feeling sick.
I'm so cold. Oh, I just can't get warm. We just went outside for a few minutes to the salmon farm and I'm uncontrollably shivering. We're gonna turn on the car, get the heat on, and I'm sure I'll be warm in a few minutes. Let's try our salmon ball though. Has some sesame seeds on top. Looks good.
Oh man, the salmon is so juicy. It's just literally salmon and rice, but you don't need anything else. It's just pure, greasy, juicy salmon, and it's very, very delicious. Oh yeah.
I don't know if salmon is native to here. I think the temperature of the water is probably perfect for salmon, and that was so good. I definitely recommend to stop here if you love salmon. The blue sky came out.
There's another great mountain view right next to us. We just can't put our camera down because it's just beautiful scenery one after the other.
This section of road between Twizel and Wanaka, they have these clay cliffs. You can actually go back and climb through them. So it's kind of difficult when you're here because everywhere you look could be a postcard, and so you just want to look at everything.
Yes, I totally agree. And if you're camperman, make sure you have at least 2 weeks set aside to go to a lot of beautiful places, because 1 week is not enough. I used to have these clay toys when I was a kid where you can make it into different shapes.
Play-Doh?
Play-Doh, is that it? In Korea we had something similar. And these mountains looked like someone had a giant Play-Doh and then they made a mountain out of it. Alright, we found this place that is really beautiful. There's no trees on this mountain. It's just covered in sand. Let's go.
This is called Lindis Pass, this area we're going through, and it just looks, it just doesn't look real.
Guys, it's really beautiful, but it's also very cold. Sarah's already in the car, right over there. So I'm gonna get back into it. Whew. You ready, babe?
I feel like a broken record, but it's so beautiful here. Oh, we almost got hit by another camper van. They were another spaceship named Fake Tan, and they almost hit us. So that is Lindis Pass, like summit up at the top. You can actually hike to the top of this. All right, tomorrow we are waking up much earlier because we're not wasting any time. We're gonna spend the whole day just looking at this scenery. Close to our campsite. The sun is about to go down, so we are gonna try to make camp really quick.
We found a spot right next to the river, so this campsite is really nice.
And the view out this way is really pretty. And then the view right here, this is our view right next to our camp. This place was quite full when we got here. It's not like a big open field like we were at last night, but it's off season, so we still found a spot.
All right, so we're on the edge of the campsite. This is our car. There's some cars parked over there, some over here. Wow, the view is really, really beautiful. The water looks super clear too. Looks really clean. Today's dinner is 신라면. Get my gas stove ready. So we're cooking 4 신라면 tonight. Just waiting for the water to boil.
I set up the bed and everything, so we are all set. So now we're just gonna eat some quick dinner, hopefully before the sun totally goes down. Woohoo! This is our being added to our trash today. Quite a big addition. You've been there.
All right, so let's see how this noodle tastes. 신라면. There you go.
Fire-breathing dragon.
It tastes really, really good. I think ramen, eating it outdoors just makes it 10 times way more delicious. That's a fact.
Seunghyun has been talking about how the one thing he wants to do on this trip is sit outside of the camper van and eat shin ramen. All right, we're gonna dig in and go to bed.
Come have some.
So I'm like sitting there talking to who I think is Seunghyun for like 2 minutes straight, and I turn and look and it's another person. Seunghyun didn't tell me he's like walking like 10 feet behind.
You got it? Nice. Rabbits cooking stew, I guess, babe, right?
Yeah, the rabbits are cooking stew. I don't think anyone in the audience will know what I'm saying.
What?
except
You
my
taught
mom.
me it's an American thing.
No, I think my grandpa used to say it. Oh, hello.
Oh, he's going somewhere.
Babe, it's like you and me. He has white hair and that one has black hair.
You're right. My goodness. It's another great mountain view. Number, I don't know, 78?